Hello and welcome. I'm Bio, and today we are starting a new set, and that set is Midas Entertainment for PlayStation 1. So we're looking at some Midas published games for the PlayStation 1. We're going to be looking at 6 games. Now, I can't look at all of the Midas games on the PlayStation 1 because there's so many, it's unreal. They published a lot of games, most of them shovelware. So I hand-selected 6 games that I thought would be interesting to look at. Starting out with what is probably one of the more well-known Midas published games, Dragstars. It's known as Burnout in Japan, and it was developed by Jam, which I believe it stands for Japan Art Media, but the title card that came up was like Junk Art Media instead. So I was like, unless that was a really weird way of spelling Japan. But if you don't know, Japan Art Media, they have done a few games in the past. They were, I think, quite prominent on the PlayStation 2. I've seen some games pop up by them before. And obviously this game's published by Midas, and it came out in April 2002. Now, I do have a little bit of familiarity with this game. I did watch there you go, Junk Art Movement, Stand By Me or Not, there's the title card. But I believe the only developer I know of that's called literally Jam is Japan Art Media, so but never mind. But yeah, I watched a review of this game, and it was by a YouTuber. I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but it was a pretty good review, and it was interesting. It's like it tends to have it has its own little story. It's not a very long game, but it has its own little story, and it's kind of like if you wanted like budget Initial D. That kind of story, you know what I mean? It's all about racing and doing these drag races. So I can understand why they decided to call it Dragstars in Europe instead of just calling it Burnout. I would say it would also potentially, considering the year it came out, 2002, maybe the first Burnout game had already come out by then, which obviously they wouldn't be able to call it Burnout then, would they? So that's also a possibility. But let's dive in. I would do like the new game, but first of all, let's try a quick race and see how the game plays exactly. Z2A GTR, gear, Mac, Type Z. Is that the Fair Lady? Z? Because I swear I saw a Fair Lady in the intro. I don't know. Give him the Max 7. Legal Field Bayside, Cherry City. Let's do it in Cherry City. Daytime. Sure. And let's see how we get on with Dragstars. But yeah, I've got quite a few different games. I have got like mostly racing games for Midas picked. But people like seeing me play the racing games, so. Alright. Oh god, do not move. Okay. Oh. So, you have to change gears. That's fine. Oh god, okay. That's fine. We'll give it another go. It is the Fair Lady I'm driving. I thought so. It's not the iconic blue from, Well, I think I'm just going to keep losing. But this is basically the entire game. You've got to beat them in a drag race. Easier said than done, obviously. Well, no. Don't. Why would I care? Why would I care? Why would I care? So, yeah. And that's basically the entire game. It's drag racing. It's interesting. For, I guess, a budget title, it's fine. But at the same time, it's a very niche kind of racing. Honest with you. Right, so that's the TA22. I recognize the car, but I don't know what it is. GTR. Nice. L88. Like the cars look how very like reflective they look. Obviously it's because of what I'm playing this in Duckstation. Because of that, again, cars are going to look very different. Type of gear. 340T. So I went up against the Mac 1. You got the Type Z. It's the Type SS. Oh, I like that. Purple. Purple's my favorite color, so... But what's the best car? It doesn't say. It doesn't give you stats or anything, just if you want to change the color. But if I can change the color, let's go with the GTR. Can we go purple for GTR? Nope, but we can do black. That'll do. Alright. The Seaside Subcenter. Shin Minato Futo area B. Like they did keep it in Japan. They could have they call the stage Cherry City, and yet they still basically have just said this is taking place in Japan. Okay. Before the oil crisis, the auto industry made this city prosperous. Since 2000, it has become a tourist area. One place, however, has traces of the old days. This place has no relation to the gorgeous lights and the chatting between lovers. I love how much of a how much spacing do you want between each letter? All the spacing. That's what they went. All the spacing. This place smells of oil and burning rubber. The name of this city is Gas Alley. It's the name of the city's Gas Alley, but we're in the district of Shimadabalabalubaliba. We're in this it's like saying, oh yeah, we're in Gas Station City. What district? Saitama. That makes no sense. Just say it's in Japan. What? See, this is what I mean by like anime-esque characters. You're a stranger around here. What are you doing here? You must know the reason that people come here. Yes, indeed. You came here because you are a speed freak like the others, didn't you? It's obvious from your car. Type GTR. It's not too bad. I'm dying to race. Where should we go? Don't hurry. There is no point in running without even tuning your G-Type GTR. What? Don't hurry. Any newcomer must compete with me. It's the rule here. Choose a shop in the map screen. The race starts after to tune your car there. Okay? I understand the rules. You're a sensible person. Come to Cherry City when you're ready. I'll wait for you there. He's weird. It's hard to determine who's talking in this conversation, so I gave everyone the same voice. Alright, so... Oh, okay. Yeah, so we've got a map screen. If I remember correctly, yeah, you can go to different car shops. So that's where... So, car shop SSS, car shop Jack, car shop Stars, car shop LSD. LSD, yeah, let's go to LSD one. Sounds good to me. Oh, no, look at this dude. Looks like he just walked into a murder scene, and you see this dude. And then what his voice is.
We have the best transmissions in the world. Do you want one?
He talks like that. Normal transmission. It puts emphasis on acceleration. Especially, okay. Puts emphasis on top speed. Well, I want T-type. Okay, perfect. Come again. Alright, so I think what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to tune our cars and play around. Oh god, oh my, look at these characters.
Have you been racing? Do you prefer American or Japanese cars?
Japanese.
Huh? I have this part. Do you like it? It'll start at once.
I love giving these like... This dude literally looks like a zombie. I swear this dude is quite literally a zombie. Yeah, we'll just have a zombie in the game. That'll do. Why not? Let's go to Jack. Let's see what Jack is. Oh, Jack is just, you know... typical trucker. I'm busy, come back later. Okay, so he's not willing to help us. Fine. So let's do SS. Oh, there we go. And then we have literally a character from Manhunt. From Rockstar's acclaimed Manhunt game here. Hillbilly Jack. I'm afraid we're out of stock on this part, sorry. Okay. Alright. Well, we tuned our car slightly, so let's go race and see how we get on. Hey, I was waiting for you. Have you finished tuning? Of course. Okay, let's start. Best of 3. It's an easy rule, isn't it? Yes, it is. This is the only rule. Just drive fast. I like to think that this dude's just talking to himself. It's like, you go to say something, and then he's like, yeah, it's a good rule, isn't it? You just stood there with that. You put your finger up. You know that meme where you put the finger up, and then you're like, and then you put it back down. That's it. I see. Let's start. Okay, go. And that's how he talks. You know, the player character doesn't say anything. Like that when it gave us that multiple choice thing, that's the only time the player character spoke. The rest of that conversation was just him talking to himself. Right, let's give this a go. I don't know how this is going to do. The R1 button changes gears, so... Well, there's no chance of me winning this. Okay, is there a particular reason why... Yeah, just let him win. Just let him win. I'm a bit confused. Basically, I'll go for it. I've done 3 races so far, haven't I? Right? I've done 3 races. Race number 1, I tried turning the car. Big mistake. Because the car just goes spinning out of everywhere. Race number 2, didn't touch the D-pad at all. Stayed in a straight line. Race number 3, don't touch the D-pad at all. Car goes flying in random directions. Why? Why? That makes no sense, but okay. I don't see it. I don't. This is not my racing game. Like, there's no way of me winning. Because why are you going right? Has my car got? Does the steering need to be adjusted in my fucking car? You lost. I'll race you again if you want. Will you do? What will you do? What can I do? Your car is clear. Well, very clearly, this game is built upon how you start a race. If you cannot get that timing, like, pitch perfect, you're not going to do very well. And by the way, if the review I watched of this dude on YouTube playing this game, right? He basically says that the game is difficult. But once the game is very difficult for someone who's never played anything like this before. But as soon as you actually get that timing correct, it becomes incredibly easy. So it's one of those like really weird games where until you actually like get into the mojo of playing the game and you know what you're doing, the game is just outrageously difficult. Until that little bulb in your head, that little light bulb flicks on, and you're like, ah, so that's how you play the game. You're gonna have a bad time. Doesn't ease you into it. I'll give it another go. Whatever. Oh, I said to him, oh, I'll have another go at racing you, and he goes, nah, go and tune your car first. And I'm like, okay. But I've done it already though. I guess like these two dudes are closed. Like I could go to them, but they're probably more than likely still closed. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna say that Dragstars, I have mixed feelings with this game. Like, it seems like a cool little game. It's very short though, by the way. The runtime of this game, if you know what you're doing, is like less than an hour. You can beat the game in an hour if you know what you're doing. So, it's quite a short game, but it's okay, I guess. If you could pick this up for £1, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think there is a market for this kind of game, if I'm honest, but only as like a secondary mode. It needs to, if you're gonna have something like drag racing in your game, it needs to be like a challenge mode or some extra mode in the game, but not the main feature. I think that, you know, and I say this from a modern game perspective. This is 2024. If you want to make a game that has drag racing in it, you're gonna have to have it as a side thing, and then still have normal racing and arcade or simulation or whatever. So But anyway, Dragstars, it's okay. Not my type of game. That's why I've got mixed feelings towards it. But I'm going to call it there. I've been Bio. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.